What a busy day it is in Cardigan. Hello everyone and welcome back. I just love to watch my passenger trains going back and forth between the cities. There's actually 3 leaving right now at Cardigan, which is quite a lot. And yeah, we can also see that with the upgrade of our Cardigan intercity connection, we now have a very profitable line here, right? So it actually doubled in profit. I did not expect this, considering that these vehicles here cost me like 2 to 3 times as much maintenance as the old ones. But because of their improved speed and power, so they can accelerate much faster, they're actually quite profitable, even when they're not fully utilized all the time. Loving that, and these are very good trains now for connecting cities together when it's not about high speed. Now, regarding the growth of my cities, we do have now the problem that we cannot really supply those cities anymore with the industries we've built so far. So a lot of my industries are now maxed out and their potential has been reached. So for fuel, for example, we would need to activate more fuel refineries. And when it comes to the other good that we're already producing in high quantity, construction material, we face the same problems. So Leeds is a town that's very well on its way to 3,000 inhabitants there, or 3,000 pops. We could say it's 300,000 really. And in this case, look at that, it's actually already growing to the other side now here with those residential buildings. And in this case, we do have still this construction material plant over there. It's still not very nice, right? Because as you can see, there's only one quarry close by. And there, oh, wait a second, there's a second quarry. This is an opportunity, especially considering that we already have a highway system here implemented. So this is possible, absolutely. And you know what? We have a new type of truck for this as well, just on time. We can also already activate this quarry over there because I'm pretty sure we're gonna need it. And it's at the edge of the map, so I'm just gonna make this one into a straight line that goes then all the way over here. That we have a direct connection then, right? And also our drop-off point. And here is also our entry point. And in this case, that's already it. And for the new trucks, we're using now these guys here. And as you can see, we do have different options here. This one is then the delivery version. And emission-wise, they're actually worse. No, actually they're not. They're even better emission-wise. That was me misclicking. They have more capacity, speed is the same, and maintenance is almost the same as well. So these are manufactured in China and over a period of 7 years and carry weights from 8 to 24 tons. The engines are equipped with up to 460 horsepower to get all of this cracking. The interesting thing is, well, for the stone, we can use these ones here, and these are completely new, right? This is also 138 capacity is just great. And let's push them. And we're going to push them from Wells Stone 1 we have, right, for now. And then we are also going to get this one here. And these are going to be then the Wells construction to Haywood. And then also the Wells construction to Leeds. And with that, the dry thing is over and we can just enjoy once again some beautiful trucks. And yes, these are the ones that we have now on these sexy roads. What is going on here? Oh, yeah, they're taking this road, of course. This is then asphalt again. I mean, just for the sake of completion, let's actually make this one also into asphalt. There you go. These look extremely funny. Can't wait to see how that one looks with load. I have never seen trucks like this before, so I can't wait. They're extremely well detailed, gotta say that. And they're also now loading all the stone. Yeah, it's actually, they can actually carry so much that the quarry right now cannot keep up with it. By the way, we also breached 100 million in profit per year, right? So that's also a new record here as we're pushing past 3 billion despite all the expensive machinery. Now, I'm not gonna wait for the construction material, of course, to come in. We can already work on the next thing here, and that's the machine parts. Both of them need that, and Leeds actually gets or becomes a pretty big customer for this. Now, we already have basically everything intact for machine parts to deliver that. We have a cargo airport, we have a distribution hub that already has a line going to Leeds, right? So It doesn't matter what kind of stuff it transports as long as it transports stuff. And also on the other side over here, we do have a machine parts factory with an airport. So theoretically, machines one way, not a big deal. Look at the amount of stuff that's already waiting here despite having an A380 on it. Yeah, this is one of those routes where a second one can't hurt, a second A380. This machine part factory can still grow nicely. It has a lot of steel. We have the steel mill over there working at half capacity only right now. We have a sawmill working at only half capacity. It needs more wood. This one's fully used now, so I need another lumber camp. Please let me have another one. There is one. All right. That is okay-ish. It's tricky. How do we get over there? Probably with a tunnel. I don't want to congest too much. This would be messy because it would affect Fleetwood. We could have a connection here and then it goes up. This is okay, I guess. I'm actually gonna make a new road just here, right, that goes then into the depot, because otherwise we have too much traffic on the main road congesting it, right? And this one goes then here, and then we just need a nice connection. This one looks like it has too much going on. This is way too many vehicles here. I'm gonna sell 3. We're gonna sell 5 in fact, and I'm gonna replace the remaining ones with the new one that we have that can also carry more. I think this is still too much, right? And this road continues then, and here we're just gonna make a new route going up there into the highway system. And with that, theoretically, it should all be in order. Gonna make sure that we make a connection here with the lumberjack. And then I'm just gonna have me one of these. And this is just the next line that we have now delivering wood to that camp. And it hopefully should take this one. It does. Perfect. What was the name of that one, by the way? Fleetwood Machines Wood that we've called this one. Alright, so we're gonna keep the same. Fleetwood Machines Wood 2. Actually, Fleetwood? It's Fleetwood, in fact. And out they come, once again, those sexy new models that we have there. All we really need to do now, in fact, is a new transport line that goes from this cargo airport now all the way to my Haywood cargo airline, air hub that we have over here. And let's take this one. And by the way, what we probably will need is more cargo terminals here, as we are pushing all of this, right? So that's now 3, and cargo terminal 3 can be used then for this new line that we have. Fleetwood to Haywood cargo. And by the way, let's call it air once again so that we know what it's about. And yeah, then we just need a plane on this one. And I'm also gonna say in Haywood, please take platform 3, terminal 3. Otherwise it gets messy. We might also now need to think about replacing those. I love them, but their capacity is so low, right? So they can carry 51. And as you can see, that's just not gonna happen, right? So it's just too much. Adding more just congests the traffic here. So what I'm thinking about right now is something that's very tricky, because this is my most profitable route that I have, right? 54 million. But I need to do something about it. And I'm gonna sell me, in fact, 2. As bad as this might sound. And then we're gonna push an A380 cargo line on this one, right? Because I really need to transport more stuff on this. And the new route that we have now, the Haywood cargo to Fleetwood, also gets an A380 now. 1, right? Until we see what is actually going on here. There it is. And out it comes already, the next one. So for cargo, these are really worth it, right? To some extent. Wow. I've never seen a plane with wow on the back of it. No idea what version this is. This activates now the machine's delivery. It should also activate here now the shipment, right? So once planks are coming in more often. All right, with the A380, we have now a profit of 82 million on this one here. So yeah, it increased again, my most profitable route, and it's still full. So in this case, this is working out fantastically. Machines are coming in now. That's the important thing here with that plane. Now, I've been thinking though, we're getting the planks now back. That's fine, right? Because we need them to process them into tools then again. But I don't think we have enough machines for this one. I might also just replace it with a smaller one. We got some new cargo ships here too, right? So it's a Boeing 757 that is also doing just well. The Tupolev at the Boeing 737 is rather small. I wonder what kind of scenario we could use them for. And we even have a new propeller there again with 2000. Let's actually just keep this one here rolling for now. And as you can see, it is still busy here, right? And look at that plane. Oh, this could be close. And there's another one already coming in. So, of course, there is a lot of traffic. So I think this one here actually has to pull away again, by the look of it. Yeah. Quite impressive that the game actually makes you do that, or can actually do that, right? So it has to take another turn. All right, so let's do something. We can finally expand the runway. And of course, we're going to do this. We're just going to add another one now, right? There it is. Boom. Approach lights would be here again. So the same as here. And we could also make them here, but it wouldn't make that much sense, right? But now you can have 2 times that. And by the way, yeah, we could have a third one if I want to. So we can also now expand those cargo airports into craziness. Regarding craziness, I would like to start something new, a new endeavor that is absolutely bonkers, and that is we need to supply more goods to those cities, right? I want to breach the 3000. The thing is though, there's no more industry here close by that I could do something with, and also I really don't want to just increase the planes all the time, because yeah, trains are fun too. Now, how do we get this? We already have this very nice train station here that gets kind of like engulfed by the city. And this train station, of course, we can also configure so that we get a cargo platform rolling all the way here. So we can get a cargo train in theoretically. Now, where is that train cargo coming from and what does it deliver? That's the question. And I can see that potentially we can have a production going here with plastics, right? Because don't forget, with the trains, now trains are really the least flexible vehicles you have in this game actually. For a train game, that's baffling to me, but really planes can take everything, right? Trucks can take everything, trains cannot. For trains, we only have these specialized ones. And that's of course a problem to me, because for a train to be profitable, I cannot just make half of the train going with flat car, the other half with the box car, with one of them always being empty. That's just not gonna happen. So I want to have a train here with the box car that delivers the food that we need and the goods that we need, because those are things that we need in high quantity. The same car can take plastics. We have a chemical plant over there, we have an oil refinery, and we have an oil well over here. So there is the potential here of actually getting this one done. I would need though, I would love to have a second oil well though close by, and that is something we don't have. And so it is time to do the craziness, to do the craziest thing of all. This could be my downfall. No, of course it will not. My downfall will never happen because of my Airbus A380 that is now passing 100 million profit there soon. So I have no idea how we can stop this from money pouring into my account because of this single line. Of course, there's a combination of a lot of lines here, right, being profitable. But of course, it's the planes really that kick it off. And yeah, we do have... probably not going to be the most efficient line that I'm going to build here, because we have this triangle, right? The problem is there's really nothing else. There's not a single other oil well, right? There's only this refinery, and then we have the plastics chemical plant here. And yeah, so that means we cannot grow it that far, right? If I really want to push it, but we'll just see. We'll just see how we can make this work. There's always a solution. There might be an industry just popping up somewhere, right, out of nowhere, and just giving us the holy grail again of deliveries. Now the well is here, and then we're basically making a connection all the way up here. And by the way, we could just use a medium country road for this, I think. And I would definitely like to carve this one into the mountain, please. Because... can we make it like so? No, I don't want to touch it here at all, right? Absolutely no touching, please. Strictly... and And this way we could probably make it with a bridge. This is really nasty, right? So in this case, it needs to go over here. It needs to go to this area. We need to circumvent the city. We need to go around the city. I might even, you know what, do an underwater tunnel. Is this crazy? I mean, regarding the craziest route of them all, this should absolutely be allowed. So we already have the tunnel system here. And I just want to basically make a connection with this area up there. Just see if we can pull this off. I mean, yeah, of course we can pull it off, right? There's the tunnel coming out, and this is just one giant tunnel now going all the way here. The reason why we're doing this, of course, first of all, this one needs to be a bit cleaner, is that we want to maximize the amount of stuff we can really carry between the 2 points, because we can only use trucks on this, right? And we need to feed a massive train with that as well. So that's also a downside. All right, so the plastics. So we have oil, refined oil, plastics back. Here, I'm sure we have the train line here. Actually, might have it here. Now we need to work on that station. And that station has its own, by the way, what? 800, 900 people waiting for the ICE. I mean, I love this train as well. So many that we probably will need to increase the amount of trains we have on this. Now, this station here, we can now add and we should add a cargo platform. So I'm going to make this over here. All the way, right? I mean, this is probably a pretty long train, so I might expand the cargoness all the way here. And then we have those tracks, right? So it's this one here anyway. This one, and then here, right? So that's going to be the track system. And what we can also have then here is a side entrance, right? And that side entrance will make it possible so that we have a potential cargo entrance here. So if I place this one here now, there it is. And now look at that, we can actually connect. It's not nice looking, of course. We got a bit of a terrain problem here, to say the least. But let's just see. Too much slope. Yeah, I realized that. Let's build it anyway. We can force the game. This is not meant for any kind of traffic to go here, right? This is just meant so that we have a cargo platform here that we can use then for deliveries. Now, this delivery will come from here, most likely. So I'm gonna make this road a bit bigger. And really, I'm usually not showing you all the steps of how a route is being made, but this one is just interesting, I think. And yeah, it's actually really based on an emergency for me, because I want to have these cities growing further. And this one goes once again also in a tunnel system, right? So this one's going steep down here into all of this, right? Below the lake. And then, wait a second, is it coming out of it now? It is. Was actually coming out of it in the water. What is it doing? Why does it not want me to go further down? All right, kind of like the tunnel is ending there. This is just super strange. I really don't want to have the tunnel ending there though. I want to have the tunnel expanding. So this is now right. This is now actually having this tunnel here. Here we're gonna make it kind of like, that's the thing here is that the lake is not even, right? So the ground of the lake, this makes it actually so difficult, but no problem, we can connect it, right? That's 6 million we pay, and you have now basically a full tunnel system below that lake here. No one is bothered by this, right? And there's actually tunnels like this in the world, so I'm totally confident of doing this. We have the money, we have the tech. Why not pull it off? Now what we can do here is we can have a juicy depot, right, that connects with that station because of the side entrance. So this is possible now. I'm gonna pull this ahead as much as possible here to really, yeah, stay outside of the city as much as possible. And that's being done now. No one will dare to crucify me for this, right? Next, we have now the tracks. And for this, I would like to use now the cargo track that we've created here, right? So, by the way, this one can go for now. It's gonna make me a special one then. And we need to make sure that we keep this one separated at all times now from the other ones, because this is just the cargo track now. And the cargo track follows the ICE, right? So we already have the high-speed track system here. We already built the bridge. We already built that massive tunnel that starts here. And now we're just following this route alongside. So it's that simple, right? All the way here to the other side. Look at the distance we're covering. And all the way to that point there. Okay. Why is there collision? A collision should not be happening here. Okay, connection established. It still cost me a kidney, but it was worth it. It's gonna be worth it, right? So the one-time cost, I didn't even feel it. It was still, I think, 100 million. And in this case, there's the train now coming out, right? The separate one. We're gonna have another one here for the ICE to push this further. And now we have the plastics going where exactly, right? So we have our goods factory here. And this goods factory, once again, is part of a bigger complex here that is complex, right? We already have a goods factory, by the way, running, but it's already scaled up pretty high. And yeah, it's getting increasingly difficult supplying it. So supplying a new one is fine. Also, we have cities here that want goods as well, right? So we can have potential customers close by, but also very far away. Now for the steel mill that we have, so there's already a road, very nice. We're gonna build a new port. It's been a while, right? It's going to be a large port with 2 terminals right away. Cargo port it is. And isn't there a modern version? Right, we got this one here, but that's just empty assets. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is. These are just empty assets, unfortunately. I mean, they look fantastic, but they're not doing anything for me. So I want this one with the large size. That's an interesting layout that we have. And let's just make sure that we get as close as possible there to my steel mill. There you go. Now, the reason for that is that the steel mill needs iron. Where's iron, right? You wonder. There's no iron anywhere close by, but there's iron on the other side of the whole mess over here. And 2 even, right? And coal. So we can combine a ship here using that. And I would like to do this. This route is definitely going to be exceptional. There's so many moving parts here, so many different lines to make it work that I'm really curious if we can pull this off in a profitable way. Now, with that out of the way, we have now, it's all for the Madison goods factory, right? So we're going to have Madison. It's just now, let's call it the Madison goods iron 1, right? Then we got the ship transportation here. So this is now Madison ship or Madison goods ship, because we want to keep this one together here, categorized, right? Goods. And then we have the Madison goods steel one. Might be another steel route at some point, right? So this all leads into that one here. That's my ships and my trucks here. Next, we have a traffic jam, a pretty massive one at that too. Holy moly. Was that me that created this? Could be, right? I mean, the city is pretty massive at this point, Madison. And yeah, it's just a lot of private transportation taking this one. Let's make this one into a large country road. This should make traffic a bit more fluent. It will not solve the problem itself that there is a choke point here somewhere. But for now, it makes things a bit easier. And in this case here, what we are going to have is a cargo station. And that cargo station really needs to have a connection with our goods factory. It could be a terminus station as well. And it should, for the sake of it, it should have its own route, its own road here, right? So let's just make it like so. And where's the tunnel coming out? There it is. I want to keep the slope as small as possible here, or the curvature. And then we have it like this, right? So this is a crap one. Gonna go with high speed, catenary 2 tracks, 320 max length. It immediately could go into a tunnel here. And we can just try and use this one. Okay, making it like this does not work. The thing is, this one's too low, right? Yeah, this one's too low. The 160 I need to reach somehow. So come on. This looks good. Yeah, I'm fine with that. This is as close as possible. Because to my understanding, there's nothing faster than 160, right? When it comes to cargo. And that's the 300 then. Perfect! We have the connection established. It's now all the way back here. And it moves all the way now into Leeds train station. Now comes the crazy truck route. We're gonna say oil to this one. The refined oil being transported to the plastics, and the plastics being transported back to my train. This is just one line, right? So here it's gonna be full, and here it's gonna be half full, and empty. So we'll just see how profit will be on this route. Honestly, I don't care. We want to supply the train here and ultimately our cities. And it's just going to be called Leeds Plastics Route. I don't know. This is not very original, but I think it gets the job done. We need a road depot. And with that, we can now activate this route. And it's going to be all cargo, right? We also have a dedicated fuel one, but it's going to be all cargo for this one. Let's just get this one going into the Leeds plastic route, right? This one delivers then the plastics to the train now. Now we need to create a train route now that gets the job done. So that's the Leeds siding all the way over here to Madison North. Leeds, Madison, goods, right? So yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna have me a train depot for this one too. And really, some of you might be asking, what's the point of this? You can also just make factories supplying each other close by. The thing is, you want to be profitable, right? And long trains really take the cake here. I'm just gonna build this anyway, because I don't care, it's just one train. And we still need to activate this one here. Right, so that's the ship. I don't have a shipyard close by. And there's no other way to supply Leeds really with a lot of materials at the same point, right? So that's also not great for me. And here we're gonna say now take, yeah, all cargo again. And that was the Madison area now, where we are. Madison goods iron, there you go. Coming out of here, supplying now the ship. And then we have this one, and let's just check it out. We do have these tanker towboats now with a capacity of 300, a top speed of 30. Is this really the best I can do? I'm probably gonna go with the Merlin on this one. It can take coal and iron, so both of them together. This is important. And the maintenance cost is not so high yet. So let's go with the Merlin for this one. Madison goods ship. That's this one. Connected over here. This one still needs to be activated. I'm gonna get me a road depot going again for my Madison goods steel line. Madison good steel. Very good. So the steel is coming in. The plastics theoretically should also be coming in once I activate this route now with a train. We're gonna go ahead and take, of course, this one here. This will be the ultimate locomotive then for this. It's still the most powerful one. 1970, I think. It's just almost twice as fast as, or twice as powerful as this one. And the top speed is also fine. The top speed is higher than the carts. Let's go with the blue. No, let's go with the white one. Yeah, let's go with this. Or yellow. And here we need to take the boxcar for the plastic and goods both ways. Let's go with... Let's keep it not that full yet, right? We pay maintenance for every single boxcar. So let's keep this short, just so the game recognizes there is a route now active for this, right? Leeds, Madison, goods on its way. Yeah. Optimistic. Now things are kicking in. Now goods are appearing, right? And also here at the docks, there's already some iron now forming. And of course, this one's still waiting. Oh, wait a second. We haven't created a line here. This is the Madison goods coal line that we have. And that also gets its trucks now. Madison goods coal. We might need a second one there too at some point. Okay. So a lot of lines. We might try and find something for that ship to carry back to become even more profitable. There would be grain close by, and perhaps we have no food processing here. This doesn't work. Mine, refine, can't use that. Nah, there's nothing over there. At least we can marvel those ships now. It's a beautiful water effect as it is taking shape. This will tank my profit so hard again, but I'm hoping here's for the best. By the way, to me it's also crazy. We have a ship line here. That's this one, the original one, right? That is extremely profitable, right? It's that one. It's because of its high speed. And because of its high speed, there's a lot of people waiting. 400 in Orkney, 400 in Islington, and 300 in Carleton. Not that many in Orkney. I wonder why. Oh, traffic jam. Traffic jam. There's people waiting. Oh yeah, okay. Let's replace this bus. It's probably because of the bus, honestly. We're using a very old one. And let's add another one to this one. And then we got the whole traffic jam situation here too. There's so many private citizens. Yeah, it's not that bad yet. I might just keep it as is. You remember the construction materials that we still created? Yeah, that's working out just fine now too. So this is the Wells construction Wells line that we have for this city here to provide even more. And look at that, it has a nice supply of construction materials now. And I might even need to double the roads that we have here. This materials plant already leveled up 2 times, 3 times, and it still has enough stone coming in. That's from over here. That's these red, sexy goodies that are transporting the stone back and forth. And they can really carry a lot of stone, right? And then we have this one, construction to Leeds. And yeah, we can add more. There they are now. I have no idea what this plastic thingy here is around the cabin. Why it's there. What's the purpose? But with more construction materials coming in, at least we have breached the first 3,000 residences. And that is Leeds. That takes the crown as the biggest city at this point. And yeah, it's sprawling, right? It's sprawling all the way over here to the farmland now. It definitely needs more public transportation. There's the tram. And how's the tram looking? Every tram line is negative in my games. So, you know, you have a lot of people you need to transport, but they're not paying. It's subsidized. So, yeah, public transportation. And 1.3, that means there's 1,300 people waiting now for this high-speed transportation system here. But I'm working on my cargo right now. Speaking about the cargo that we have, that is now working, right? The plastics are there. The first plastics are being now delivered to the drop-off point, where the train will then pick it up. And yo, while we are in Leeds, I can actually go ahead and take my good old street road and get electric trams on it. And it's this one here, right? By the way, okay, why can we not upgrade that version here? This one's not possible, but there's no traffic here anyway, but strange. Alright, and then we go in here, more or less. So this is electrified. And then all the way through these suburbs here to get as many people in as possible. All the way to out here, right? And we can basically connect that tram line now with this station here, so that we have a connection between the two. And this is the first time that we're also creating now a second tram line in the city. All right, so this is going back and forth. And Leeds Tram 2, it's called. Okay, while we wait for the plastics to ramp up, I would also like to now go ahead and finally fix this problem here with Leeds Medicine. I've already tried to, you know, you can of course always just add another ICE to the same train here. So that is then 324 capacity. The thing is, that thing is so long that I just cannot accommodate that in my trains, right? So in my stations, I would need to increase the size by 2 times just to accommodate the single train. So I'm not going to do this. We're rather just going to work here with 2 trains then on the same line again. This though presents once again some challenges to me, because what we have going right now is this massive tunnel over there, and also my entry here into the station. So let's just check it out where it's coming in, right? So that's the line, and it's coming in here, right? So this is okay. We can go ahead and connect this one here. All right. So with that, the train has potentially 2 platforms to move in. And then we're just following this one here, right? And here we do need to make another one. And let's just see if we can keep the high speed here. Yes. So this is actually a merger here that allows a speed of 300 kilometers an hour. That is just incredible, right? That is a very high speed merger that we have there. And with that, we can now continue all the way once again. The bridge is also possible. That's just crazy, even though my PC is cooking at this point with all the lines that work in the background, plus now calculating the new pieces in, right? So the engine really comes to its limits here with all of that. There's the ICE. Beautiful. This is the 1st gen, right? There is a 3rd gen already going, and perhaps it's in the game. We'll just see. So right now, it's not. And yeah, this is already a very profitable route now, with just 1 train entering that station here. And there's a lot of people waiting for it. And look at that, it's just almost the same length as my train station here. 6 million for 1 direction. Then you can take this one. The other 900 people will have to wait. And there's the new one coming now out. So now we have 2 ICE. We just need to make sure that they're, of course, on opposite sides all the time. The game usually adjusts for this. And using the waypoints, of course, they should be on the right track then at all times. May this be one of my most profitable train routes so far. Hopefully. There is over 700 people waiting, by the way, in Madison. So demand is certainly there. In the meantime, my plastics transportation is coming in again. Deeply red, of course. There's just not enough yet. Let's just see how much plastic we have waiting at the station. And we look at 21. That is disappointing. What is going on here? We do have the drop-off. And something fishy is going on. This one's working. There's the raw oil coming out. This one here actually has it stored. It's not producing it though. It's not producing any plastic. Is it? It's not. Why is it not producing plastics here now? We have this one going over. Oh. We still have a connection here though between the two. And I think the reason is that there is no production going on right now because there's no steel coming in. So we have the iron, but we do not have any coal, despite having 160 coal waiting. So I will definitely now need to copy my ship here. We need more of them. Right, so there's a second one coming out now right here. So we have 2 ships for this. That's the coal number 1. But we have a coal number 2 actually also much closer, so we probably should also use this. So we have 2 iron mines then, and 2 coal mines supplying this one. I think this will be safer to calculate. And since there's so much traffic on this highway there, I'm definitely going to have a bridge over here. Otherwise, this could lead to further congestion that I really don't want to have here. And it's a very short route, as you can see. So this is basically just that tiny piece here. Medicine, goods, coal too. Of course, there's still one more thing that we also need to do, and that is the consumer, right? So leads goes into the center of leads. Let's just check it out where we do have, we might even have 2 drop-off points for this, but of course it's goods primarily, right? So it's somewhere up here, and we already have a bus station there, or an unload station. So this is going to be very short, in fact, right? So it's going to go from here all the way in here. And this is now, how should we call it? Medicine, goods. No, actually, that's not good, right? Leads, goods, 1. So this is our drop-off for the goods that we have then here. And we just need a bus or a truck for this. It's just a single one, so that once again, we activate the customer and get it to leads, goods. There it is. We also have a second customer, right? And that is, of course, Haywood here. It's a smaller one, in fact, but it's still there. So let's just check it out once again. Where do we have the drop off for this? It's once again here, where we already have something. So we can just go ahead now and take this one here, Park Road, and this one here. And it's going to be leads, goods to Haywood that we have then. There you go, 2 customers created. There's also the fact that we have the food processing plant over there, and this one lacks grain that we do not have here. So this will be a pretty big project that we're tackling in the next episode. And I hope you enjoyed this one so far. So we got the ICEs rolling now. They're profitable at least, that's that. This one here still needs some time to mature. Other than that, onwards to the next episode. Stay tuned.